Your financial needs aren't independent of each other, so your financial advisors shouldn't be either. At Mercantile Bank, our experienced United Wealth professionals are united to serve you and your complete financial planning and wealth management needs. Are you just starting your investment journey or need to roll over a retirement plan? Do you need to plan for a loved one with special needs or for your own life after work? Maybe your business needs a succession plan or you want to enhance your employee benefit programs. Whatever steps you need to take, our United Wealth experts are ready to take them with you. Together, we are united.
Hi, this is Ron Kinscherf with Muddy River News. Welcome to the Business Spotlight, brought to you by Rober and Phillips, attorneys at law, and Mercantile Bank. We are joined by Ed Trone from Hollister-Whitney. Ed, you've been there about 4 years.
Yes, sir.
And they were there 121 years before you got there. So you guys, it's pretty cool. You're celebrating your 125-year anniversary at Hollister-Whitney.
Yep.
And what has made that so successful? That's a long time for a business.
I mean, at the core, it's the people, right? Mm-hmm. We couldn't do what we do without having the people that we have to help us get the work done and get the orders taken in. And we have a really unique product. We service a unique niche in the elevator industry. Typically, there's two big markets would be new construction. So if somebody puts up a new building and they want an elevator system. And a lot of the big, we call them the big four, they supply those. They're kind of turnkey, off-the-shelf items that you say, okay, which package do you want? And then you build your building around it to make it fit. What we do is modernizations. That's a big thing for us. So that's a 50-year-old, 60-year-old building that needs to have the elevator system updated. The customers reach out to us. They provide us with blueprints, information on how fast they want the car to go, how much weight does it need to carry, and then we design a package for them to be able to plug everything in and update their system and get it to the most recent codes.
So you do those four chassis though, right? That you talked about at the beginning.
Yep.
So you have a standard. I didn't know this. You have a standard four designs that somebody can call up. I'm assuming they're contractors, developers, stuff like that, right?
Yep, contractors.
And then you do special order type things.
We do a lot of special order stuff.
So is it 50-50 on that type of thing?
No, I would say custom work for us is probably in the 80%
Seriously,
range.
Is that much?
Yeah, it's a lot of custom work.
Okay.
Just because there's so many old buildings, they're all different, right? Nothing's common amongst them based on the era they were built, their design. So we have to really design and manufacture a package to fit in the existing building.
Okay. So I know you guys have purchased a lot of companies over the years, but what was the core elevator piece that Hollister-Whitney did 125 years ago?
So when it was established in 1899 by Edward Hollister, and then in around 1905, Frank Whitney joined the team. They kind of merged. At the beginning, they actually made equipment for grain elevators, right?
Okay.
I get asked that a lot. I'm like,
okay.
You manufacture elevators. You mean the grain elevators?
Okay.
But that's what they started with. They did that product. They discontinued that, got into what we call lifting equipment for elevators. And in the beginning, they also did hydraulic elevators. So when you go to an old service shop where they have the hydraulic lift that has a big piston that comes out of the ground. So that technology, we did that. We did the car lifts, but we also have elevators that service typically a hydraulic ones, maybe up to 6 stories. They're not for high rises. And it's just continued to grow there. Actually, during World War II, Hollister-Whitney was producing, guns and stuff for the military during the war. Yeah.
Was there a steel? I'm assuming there was some sort of steel shortage back then.
Yep.
Okay. Wow, that's an interesting piece of the history. And then when the war was over, they went back into
making
elevator business. So you guys, how long have you been out there at Schneiderman, the industrial park?
Schneiderman, we were one of the first, if not the first tenants there, and that was in around 81. Prior to that, we were down on the riverfront.
Okay. What part of the riverfront?
So close to where Bootaloo's is, right?
Okay.
Right in that area.
Okay.
Yep.
And what type of growth have you seen within the industry? I know you've only been there 4 years, but historically, you guys started with hydraulics and all that type of stuff. Yep. When did you start seeing the other type of technology enter?
Yeah, so it's constantly. I mean, it's like with everything. It's constantly.
Is there that much change?
There is. It's really amazing when you think about an elevator. You're standing in an elevator going up and down. You don't think about all the components that are on there. So many things that you can't see. Safety devices, sensors to know whether doors are open and closed, right? To make sure it doesn't open in mid floor and someone could walk out, right? There's just so many things on there, and that has continued to evolve as technology with other things, right? Now the goal is, how do we make them faster? How do they ride smoother and those kind of things? So there's constant changes in technology. One of our biggest models is what we call a traction machine, and it's basically when the elevator is driven up and down by a cabling system.
Right.
And then there's and it has an electric motor that drives some gears that moves the elevator up and down. And then we have a gearless type, which is basically electromagnetics, magnetics, where they're opposing magnets, and they drive it rather than an electric motor. Smoother ride, a little bit faster. That's kind of the newer technology. We just developed that probably in the last 6 years.
Are you guys at the cutting edge then of elevator stuff? I mean, are you constantly engineering, trying to develop different products?
Constantly. We're constantly working. I mean, we learn from our competitors, and the market's real funny. A lot of our competitors are also customers, so it's like we work a lot together.
So how's that?
So like if you think about the big four that we talk about, those are what we call the OEs, and they do a lot of the new construction. But they also have contracts for modernization. So they'll reach out to us to build the custom modernization stuff because they want to stick more to the standard stuff.
Okay. So you make the chassis. I mean, that was kind of the core, right?
Yep.
But you guys have purchased, I know you purchased like the company that makes the buttons. And there's I didn't realize this, there's just so many pieces that go into one elevator and so many different distributors you guys have had to work with in the past.
For sure.
And again, with GAL, you guys have started merging some of these together.
So GAL purchased Hollister in the 60s, or at least 1960. Edward Hollister and Frank Whitney, they ran the business. When they passed away and moved on, their kids ran it. And when they passed away, the company was kind of in despair a little bit. That's when GAL purchased it, Herb Glacier. And GAL was basically a door equipment manufacturing company in the Bronx. And they purchased Hollister. And then they owned Hollister up until around 2017. And then we were purchased by a private equity.
Okay.
And at that point, Vantage was born.
Okay.
So we are all part of the Vantage.
So there's no more GAL?
There is.
Okay.
So underneath of Vantage, there's GAL, there's Hollister-Whitney. We have GAL Canada. We have Bormax, Curion. We have several businesses, around 10 in total. And they all do a little bit different things in the elevator industry. The vision really of Vantage when it was created is we want to be a one-stop shop for the elevator business. If you call me up and you need an elevator modernized, we can get you the controls, we can get you the doors, we can build you the structural stuff, we can do the design work for you. You call us, we'll take care of everything. In the past, it had been kind of like a general contractor for a home. I call you to frame it. I call another guy or gal to do the roofing and someone else to do insulation. We want to be a one-stop shop for our customers.
How much steel do you guys go through in a month? This number was remarkable to me when I found this out a while ago.
So we just raw steel, meaning it comes in 20 or 40 foot lengths, and then we cut it to whatever size. It's close to 500,000 pounds.
That's amazing.
Each month. And then we also have a lot of castings. I don't have a weight on that, but there's thousands of castings that are very large and heavy. I mean, we have traction wheels that are almost the size of this table.
Right.
And, it's a 2,000 pound casting that comes in the door. And
take me through the warehouse, and I've been through the warehouse, but I was amazed at the size and scope of some of the machines that you guys are working with.
Yeah. So we have...
we get that much steel.
We do a lot of freight elevator stuff, too. So you'll see really large machines that have a high payload capacity, and we do platforms. So when you're standing in an elevator, what you're standing on, we call the platform.
Right.
And we have some of those where they're split. They could be 20 feet by 16 feet or larger, and we have to build two of them, and then they bolt them together on the site because they're too big to transfer to the site. Right,
but there, a lot of it's got to be computer driven now, right? CAD type situations, and because the measurements, I would assume, have to be so precise to get these things to work properly.
Yeah, so we do have CAD software that we develop the designs, but when it comes to the shop floor, we have a lot of people that still hand lay stuff out, right? They put Dicom or a marking agent on the part. Right. They have a scale out there. They're scribing it. They're drilling it. They're hand punching it. We have a lot of really skilled employees that make sure our quality stays well and we keep our customers happy.
You do the brakes?
We do the brakes. So there's different types of braking systems on an elevator. On the machine itself, the machine is what you saw where it has the base and it powers the elevator up and down. On that itself, it has a brake similar to what your vehicle would have. It has a drum brake or a disc brake on it, depending on the application and the design need. Then we also have what we call safeties. We manufacture safeties, and the elevator car rides up and down on some rails. That's what keeps it lined and keeps it moving smoothly. We make safeties that bolt to the bottom of the platform, and they grip around the rail. That way, if the the car's traveling too fast, it'll apply the brakes. If some other system would fail, it'll apply the brakes to keep the car from either going up or going down.
Right. And you test a lot of this stuff, obviously. You have the big tower.
Yep.
And I've ridden that. It was not enjoyable because I'm scared of heights. But so obviously you have to do a lot of testing with everything that you got thrown out at these customers.
Absolutely. With the elevator, there's a high focus on safety, right?
Well,
we're taking people's lives in our hands, right? So any new product, any design change we make to a product, we test them. We do have our test towers where they're constantly running up and down, running safeties, running machines, running any new products that we have in mind. So that way we can make sure when we go to the market, we've got the best and the safest product for our customers.
Does anybody sell more elevators than you guys?
There's larger distributors, but that's the big OEs that do the off-the-shelf type of. In our industry, in our niche, the modernization, we're one of the biggest.
How many? I don't know if you can answer this question. How many elevators a month do you ship out?
So if I talk about machines, what power the elevator up, because we kind of orders vary. We may have a whole package. We call the full meal deal. That's the machine, the platform, everything that goes with it. And then we have where we just have machine orders, or we have some where we just do fabrication work. But I would say in general, it's close to 300 to 350 machines that power the elevator up and down, and in addition to other items that we sell.
125th anniversary this year. You got anything special planned?
Yeah, so this year we're going to typically we have a company picnic every year where we invite the employees. They can bring their families out, food, entertainment, that type of stuff. This year we've decided we're going to do it on site. And the reason being is we want our employees, because I've had several employees like, hey, can I bring my son in or my daughter or my wife? And we thought this would be a great opportunity for us to kind of have an open house. We'll stage some products that we manufacture. People can take their families through and show them where they work and what they manufacture. And then we'll have several food vendors on site. We're going to have live music. So it should be a good time. Yeah,
I've been in a lot of warehouses and construction places, and yours is by far the most amazing just by the size of stuff that your employees are running through.
Yep.
And then you think about how precise all those cuts have to be. And like you said, you're dealing with people's lives. So, well, congratulations, 125 years.
Yeah, it's amazing.
All right, thanks for coming in, Ed.
You're welcome.
Ed Trone, no problem. Ed Trone with Hollister-Whitney. This has been the Business Spotlight, brought to you by Mercantile Bank and Rober & Phillips Attorneys at Law.
Your financial needs aren't independent of each other, so your financial advisors shouldn't be either. At Mercantile Bank, our experienced United Wealth professionals are united to serve you and your complete financial planning and wealth management needs. Are you just starting your investment journey or need to roll over a retirement plan? Do you need to plan for a loved one with special needs or for your own life after work? Maybe your business needs a succession plan or you want to enhance your employee benefit programs. Whatever steps you need to take, our United Wealth experts are ready to take them with you. Together, we are united.